Please welcome back Ann Wilson.
Hello! Human beings of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm here this evening to induct the Moody Blues into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The Moody Blues took me from childhood to adulthood as a disciple. Their philosophic, spiritual, and romantic and everyday messages were liberating and challenging to my then forming mind. The very few boys who took me out on dates in those days were instantaneously upstaged if Nights in White Satin or Dawn is a Feeling came on the car radio. And when Legend of a Mind was played, the date was usually over because, because the awkward gropings of earthly boys didn't seem to resonate on that astral plane. Anyway, as a young art student in Seattle, at the end of the 1960s, my friends and I digested the Moody Blues music while we were reading The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test, Steppenwolf, Doors of Perception, and Rumi, and seeing 2001: A Space Odyssey and Yellow Submarine between classes. We listened and re-listened and discussed the songs for years. And when we tripped, we took the Moody Blues along. Yeah. Sorry. And when we drew and painted or laid in the sun or stared into a slow burning candle flame, the Moody Blues music was on and we were listening. Later, when I dreamed and began writing songs of my own, Justin Hayward's work was my standard of beauty and purity. In those very early days, we students sang their songs in our bedrooms, in bars, and out in the fields before nature bowed down her head. Ray Thomas inspired me to play the flute in my own band and keep it real. Yeah. The Moody Blues are not cool or ironic. They are not a construct. There is a beautiful and approachable honesty about the poetry and a natural intelligence in the music. You can lie back and listen to any one of the albums beginning to end and go out of the world. You can leave this dimension and sample all the questions, the magic, the romance, the metaphysics, the poetry, and the power, and be back the same day, singing Aum in beautiful three-part harmony, a perfect landing. Now, in 1967, the Moody Blues made a record that changed the face of popular music and influenced an entire generation of progressive musicians, including Yes, Genesis, ELO, and many, many, many others. For the first time, Mellotron was introduced to rock and roll mainstream, and rock married classic orchestra. There was no progressive showboating or self-indulgent mathematical noodling, just great, classy music that expanded your mind, sang to your heart, took you inward, and lifted you higher. So released the same year as Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Days of Future Past was one of the original concept albums that would take, yes, same year, few months apart, right? And that record would take rock into the realm of art and introduce philosophy into the rock mainstream. I'm sorry, but from then on, Louie Louie, for all its anthemic rawness, was no longer enough. The Cosmic Cat was out of the bag for generations of imaginative musical seekers who needed their rock to have substance. All this is beyond impressive, I know, and this is mind-boggling. All this first stuff is really big. But let us not overlook the simple fact that the Moody Blues are and always have been a kick-ass rock band. Yeah. From day one, Denny Lane, Ray Thomas, Mike Pinder, Graham Edge, John Lodge, and Justin Hayward hit hard and go way deep. The Moody Blues are as mind-blowing in concert as on record. They have sold 70 million albums and counting worldwide. And they have continued to do so without selling their creative soul for 54 years and counting. Tonight, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame finally honors what 70 million plus listeners and counting have known for over half a century. Ladies and gentlemen, human beings, welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, the Moody Blues!